Ah, Auntie Chinyere, you are here.
Please, is Madam around? Please help me, Musa.
Musa! Who is that at the gate?
Madam, it's your elder sister, Chinyere. She was here to see you.
Don't you know I'm going out? I have an appointment this morning. Tell her I'm not available. I'm leaving.
Madam Chinyere, Madam says she doesn't want to see anybody. She has an appointment this morning.
Please, I just need a minute. It's important. I came all this way.
Chinyere, how many times will you keep coming here to beg? Go and find something to do.
The car disappeared down the street, leaving Chinyere standing alone in front of the mansion. For a few seconds, she remained there, staring at the road as though she was hoping the car would suddenly stop, reverse, and come back. It didn't. A tear slowly rolled down her cheek. She wiped it away with the back of her hand, adjusted the old handbag hanging from her shoulder, and began walking home. She had not gone there to ask for a mansion, a car, or expensive clothes. She had only gone to her younger sister because she needed help, but she had been turned away. As Chinyere walked home that evening, memories of her past flooded her mind. There was a time when she was young, beautiful, and full of dreams. Chinyere was the first child of her mother. 10 years after her came Lisa. Their family was not wealthy, but they were managing. It had always been just the two of them and their mother. Their mother supported the family through her small petty trading business, working from morning till night. Chinyere was an intelligent, hardworking and respectful girl. More than anything, she loved her little sister. She had just finished secondary school and was preparing to enter university, full of dreams of getting a good job and giving her mother a comfortable life. But those dreams did not last long. When Chinyere was 18, her mother became seriously ill. At first, they hoped she would recover, but her condition continued to worsen. Hospital bills piled up. The money coming into the house became smaller. Then one terrible day, their mother died. Just like that, the woman who had held the family together was gone. Chinyere, only 18 and freshly out of secondary school, was left alone to raise an 8-year-old sister. There was nobody else. 2 children needed food, a roof, and school fees, and there was no one to provide them but Chinyere herself. That was when Chinyere made a decision that would change her entire life. She let go of her university admission. She did not give it up because she failed or lost interest. She gave it up because she looked at her little sister, still a small child of 8, and realized that somebody had to become an adult overnight. And that somebody was her. From that day, Chinyere stopped living like a young woman with dreams of her own. While girls her age were resuming at university, Chinyere searched for work. She helped people prepare food. She worked in shops. She washed clothes and cleaned houses. Whenever somebody needed an extra hand, she was ready. She worked when she was tired. And whenever she came home with the little money she had earned, almost none of it belonged to her. If there was food to buy, she bought it. If school fees were needed, she paid them. If Lisa needed a uniform, she found a way. If Lisa needed books, she found a way. And whenever nothing was left for herself, she simply told herself that tomorrow would be better. But tomorrow kept coming, and Chinyere kept giving. Being 10 years older, Chinyere was more of a mother to Lisa than a sister. She was the one who woke her for school, cooked for her, prayed over her, and sat up at night, worrying about her future. As Lisa grew older, her needs became greater. Lisa eventually gained admission into the university, the very journey Chinyere had once given up. University fees were expensive, but Chinyere refused to let her sister drop out. She worked harder, she added another job. She stopped buying things for herself. Her only concern was making sure Lisa graduated. While Lisa was enjoying campus life, Chinyere was waking up every morning wondering where the next school fee would come from. There were times Chinyere wanted to buy a beautiful dress. She would hold it, look at the price, remember Lisa's school fees, and quietly put it back. Years passed. Eventually, Lisa graduated. Chinyere often said their mother was smiling from heaven because she could not cry those tears of joy herself. Lisa eventually got a job and later got married. By then, Chinyere was approaching 40. And when she looked at her own life, she had almost nothing. No house, no business, no university certificate, no savings, no husband, no child, only tiredness. Hours of physical labor had changed her. Her hands were rough. Her skin had lost its youthful glow, and her body was no longer as strong as it used to be. Because she was 10 years older than Lisa, and had aged even faster from years of overwork, she often looked more like Lisa's mother than her sister. She had spent her youth taking care of someone else, and had forgotten how to take care of herself. Suitors hardly came, and the few who came did not stay. Chinyere did not complain. She had become used to putting herself last. She continued working, alone, with no mother and no husband to lean on. She told herself she could manage, but her body began to fail her. Years of hard labor had drained her strength. There were mornings she woke up with pain all over her body. There were days she worked until evening and returned home with barely enough money to eat. Sometimes she sat alone in her room and stared at the ceiling. She remembered the university admission she never used. She remembered raising Lisa alone from the time she was 8. She remembered Lisa's graduation, Lisa's wedding. Then she would look around her small room and ask herself, "What about me?" That question became louder every day. Eventually, Chinyere began asking Lisa for help. Lisa had married a billionaire. She lived in a magnificent mansion in Lekki. She had expensive cars, domestic staff, beautiful clothes, and everything money could buy. Chinyere did not envy her. She was happy that her younger sister was doing well. She only hoped that Lisa would remember her whenever she needed help. Sometimes Lisa sent a little money. Other times, she complained. Gradually, Chinyere became ashamed of asking. But hunger does not care about pride. Whenever there was nothing to eat, she called. Whenever there was an urgent need, she called. Then one day, she decided to go directly to Lisa's house. She stood outside the beautiful mansion and waited. When Lisa stepped out and saw her sister standing there, her face changed instantly. "Chinyere, why are you doing this to me?" she snapped, glancing back toward the house as though afraid someone would see. "Every time it's one problem or another. Do you know how it looks, you standing outside my gate like this?" Chinyere tried to explain. There was no food. The shop she worked in had closed. She had nowhere else to turn. Lisa cut her off. "You should have planned your life better. I cannot be the one carrying you forever." The words landed like a slap. "I gave you everything," Chinyere said quietly. "I never asked you for anything before now." Lisa folded her arms. "And I'm grateful. But gratitude doesn't mean I owe you my whole life. People suffer and survive every day. Try harder." She turned toward her car. Chinyere reached for her hand. Please. Just this once. Lisa pulled away. Don't embarrass me here, she said, lowering her voice to a hiss. Go home, Chinyere. Then she got into the car and did not look back. The car disappeared down the street, leaving Chinyere standing alone in front of the mansion. That was how Chinyere walked home with tears in her eyes. That night, she cried. Not because she had been refused money, but because the rejection came from the very child she had raised with her own 2 hands since she was 8 years old. She prayed until her voice became weak. Then she asked God one simple question. When will it be my turn? She did not know that her life was about to change. Many years earlier, while Chinyere was still struggling, she had helped a young man who was not related to her. He was going through a difficult time. Chinyere had no reason to help him, but she had a good heart. She gave him what she could afford. It was not much. But he never forgot her. Life separated them. The young man traveled, worked and tried different businesses. Eventually, he got his breakthrough. He secured a huge contract that changed his life. He became a successful businessman and a multimillionaire. He bought properties and built businesses, but he never forgot the woman who had helped him when he had nothing. One day, he heard Chinyere's name. He began asking questions. When he finally found her, he was shocked. The woman who had once helped him was struggling to survive. He immediately decided to change her situation. He gave her capital. He rented a magnificent shop for her and stocked it with quality clothes, shoes, bags, perfumes and accessories. For the first time in her life, Chinyere had something that did not depend on how many hours she could stand on her feet. She had a business, and she was good at it. She understood people. She knew how to treat customers. She knew how to manage money. Slowly, the business grew. Money began coming in. Chinyere started eating properly. She rested more. She bought new clothes. She took care of herself. She fixed her hair. She began smiling again. Then something unexpected happened. People started noticing her. Men began asking about her. Suitors started coming. The same woman people had once overlooked was suddenly receiving marriage proposals. But one man stood out. He was a wealthy widower in his late 40s. He had 2 daughters. His wife had passed away. He had money and businesses, but what he wanted was a woman he could trust. One day, he walked into Chinyere's shop. He was impressed by her humility and the way she treated her customers. He kept returning. Soon, they began talking. Eventually, he learned her story. He realized that Chinyere was not simply a beautiful woman. She was a woman who had given up her own university dream at 18 to raise an 8-year-old sister alone. He fell in love with her character. Eventually, he asked her to marry him. Chinyere could hardly believe it. She had spent years thinking she had missed her opportunity. But life had not forgotten her. She got married. For the first time, Chinyere entered a home where she was not the one carrying everybody. Someone was carrying her. Her husband loved her. He respected her. Her stepdaughters accepted her. She had peace. She had comfort. She had a home. But there was still one prayer hidden inside her heart. She wanted a child of her own. She was already in her early 40s and knew that time was moving. She had almost accepted that perhaps motherhood was not meant for her. Then one day, she discovered she was pregnant. She was terrified. She prayed. She worried. She hoped. And eventually, She gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. The woman who had spent her youth raising her sister alone finally held her own child. She cried as she remembered everything. The university admission she let go of. The job she did. The nights she went hungry. The mother she buried at 18. The 8-year-old sister she raised single-handedly. The years she lost. Then she looked at her son and realized that God had given her something she once thought she would never have. A family of her own. While Chinyere's life was changing, Lisa's life was beginning to crumble. The wealth Lisa enjoyed had come largely through her husband. Unknown to many people, he had taken huge loans to finance some of his investments. Then one major business deal failed. Another followed. The debts became enormous. Properties were sold. Businesses collapsed. The luxury lifestyle began disappearing. But Lisa still tried to maintain appearances. Then tragedy struck. Her husband died. After his death, everything became worse. The debts remained. The properties were gone. The businesses were failing. Eventually, the mansion was lost. The cars disappeared. And the people who had surrounded Lisa when she was wealthy disappeared too. Friends stopped calling. People stopped visiting. Lisa became the one who needed help. One night, sitting alone in a small apartment, Lisa remembered Chinyere. She remembered the school fees, the sacrifices, the years her elder sister had spent raising her single-handedly since she was 8, after their mother died. Then she remembered the day Chinyere had stood outside her mansion, and the words she herself had said that day. For the first time, Lisa cried over what she had done. She picked up her phone and called Chinyere. This time, Chinyere answered. Lisa told her what had happened. She expected anger. She expected rejection. But Chinyere did something Lisa never expected. She helped her. She could not restore everything Lisa had lost, but she helped her stand again. She found a way to help Lisa start over. And that was when Lisa finally understood the true meaning of her sister's sacrifice. Chinyere had never helped her because she expected to be paid back. She had helped because she loved her. Even after being rejected, even after being humiliated, even after standing outside that mansion with tears in her eyes, she still had enough love in her heart to help the same person who had once refused to help her. That was Chinyere's greatest victory. Not the money, not the business, not the wealthy husband, not the mansion. Her greatest victory was that life did not turn her into a bitter woman. She remained kind. She remained humble. She remained human. Sometimes, you can give people everything, and they may still forget you. You can sacrifice your youth for someone, and they may later treat you like a burden. You can build somebody's future, while your own life remains empty. But never think that your goodness is wasted. Because people may forget. People may become ungrateful. People may change. But God does not forget. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more amazing stories. Thank you for watching.